was a soldier for Biba. Turn off for your chairman, sir. When you say Drew weekends are prof na kai, I say weekends are for funerals. Weekend we so there weekend draw opo. Azoko. Na very important so say your chairman na abusia for ni adofo bebre so na omo ade aton ani na mpanifo so de ade aton ani so nye ono ani enti dua ya nkwanta man hene chiame pani friends na chiame poku okay ankasa na owayi na opani sanso ono nso ne mpanifo na yakwa eja mrante semna no machi ya trafi na matu yefo kakra tina ho se mekona mekoja nana na me ankasa nso me yonko baako friend abiola na yam polling station executive baako nso Mr. Alex Cry omonso na omumame edafom ewo dua yankwanta no nso ewo se yeko na yakoboa omo na omujamba busuafo men so me come constituency elections no me campaign coordinator we adwuma organa Kokrokoo board sa afọ a champion ono nso ne nabusua na omunua ba komisa champion da form obechim tene no so we se yeko na yakoboa na afa so kra no me constituency chairman of council of elders ya we former national best farmer na Charles Jamfi ononso na owaye ofi ewodua yankwanta nti weekends we dia ye kakra ewodua yankwanta ema ye jamadofo nti omonso a omobejam abusuafo a omoye ye odua yankwanta nyina na ye ni doso na brent nyina na ye betumi akọ edikan no me ne omampani abedi akire yakọ ayi baako osunyane sunyane mai hene awo film na nabosoma na memenda etwamui na ye na yi kase ewo sunyane krom
minua Kofi Usu GNA na busua no
the vice president
Kofi Usu Ghana News Agency Kofi me ma shedding sunyane mai hene wa to de na chesa de to ani
de ato nyina nti company abedi akire by
okay
on the national chairman of NPP on so wa wonim say bonofo
Stephen
FM by and party mpani for honorable by for ane abam mpani for cow mpani abedi akire ho ema yakujam sunyane mai hene na abusua no so into weekend see there of course this is a see new week mo and mampani abedi akire ojumadi bi ewo conference center chief justice launching initiatives bi mampani abedi akire be ho nyame ya adoma okuada we na mampani ni mampani abedi akire so launch the performance tracker okay yeah the delivery tracker by was it 2019 or 2020 and no na akire aban adwuma why infrastructure okoho a obi a obo computer so na wo ho nyame ya adoma okuada nso mampani be launch the performance tracker na obi a opese adwuma mampani akufado aban aye de enyi wakache anase wo peso aso wo ye kra no okọ performance tracker no so a o phone so anase internet so computer so wherever o wabrochi kra betima ho modern ma aban ebo tie no beba so the main highlight for the week ansana yemianom kramofo achiwia no kraba so ye de kakra ye otano do for so beba so
I see
nyame ya adoma okuada we nso chama general nso nyame adom jaye baaye eboa nkrofo boa omanfo na moa no eduba bi no wanhwe ya na akwakoye se omo mako school nko a na eboa omo mako school mo nkrata pese bia ya abanya adwuma bi na ye pa adwuma mo ma na asa nkrankra adwuma bi edi chama de aye ne se ya pe enoma kakra nso ye pese ye de maye nuanom a omo nso ensa no adwuma omo wo honim de na omo wo ho do so omo pese omo sua tinyame ya adoma okuada we ye okuada awia bese dumino omampani launch delivery tracker no wia menso mebo ana na mako Tano North Constituency na me name MC any party for any penny for yen so ya dwumadi kakra bi na ya che enoma e de amaye nuanoma e be hairdressers e be carpenters e be mason for e bitima boa omo amoma dwuma omo yen so timatumpo enti me wo bese sewing machines bese 45 ye beche ye be ma hair dryers bese 30 afi gas cylinders bese 9 square mason for the adwuma bese 20 electric weather machine and also baako tape measure bese 38 pinch bar in sia spirit level bese 20 power tool baako mason line best 20 iron gummies and also 1 plane a carpenter for the plane eduano so best 6 and now so hand saw best in sia trowel 18 tailoring share and also 20 hammer 4 pointer chisel 6 hand gloves 5 drilling machine and also noise marks 3 electrode holder baako plier 6, hacksaw 5, shovel best 20, stool 6, head pan best 20, oven best crone normal be a kaka o chama ye ni nyina ase na ebe ya ye nuanom so a omo pepa se omo de omo nsa ebe ye bibi na omo ankasa ebe plier one trade na omo depend wo aban so se obemo adwuma na so bi be create adwuma de ama omo no omo nso edia omo nyame dia che omo no omo nso betimi aye na omo local economies nso etima improve na abusia nso etima ye enti yenso ye de akra ye no ye nuanom na ye maame no ye ofa no makuafo nso water no no nso ye nja omo mu omo nim se besen film yenu ni afibia so a me che emme eye oil palm seedlings at the more interest so mbeduambe last year me che me bese 200,000 seedlings this year nyamiadom ene omo so ya cinema etimi ye saade no me say 2 weeks ago bi ahu video me ya me sheda call farms aye nese sa enoma no ye de beko akobo omo okay afi so coconut afrase me ma bese coconut 75,000 seedlings ye hwe ni musa afiwe kubenu so ye be pejamo nti akuafo a wata no no nso mo adajamem santase junase subompan nenem kro ne ba ni nyina ruby be poso ansen yamfo nenem kro ne ba de be ya ebe ma yabusuafo ne omanfo wo ho nso omasetena mwatimadi kwa me yanso ye de kakra ye betima ye no ye guso stress se moye ya dom na bia Kokrokoo charity for mo so mo dane mo sabe bua e bia fu ye betime de with size na enro kakra nso aka ho
nyame wo ho
eguso aye raises fund send support no prof on so bo computer resa we ya no make promise it's chawa general the ho this week no
I see
ya da obia so ase say ye kone ye kwasra anam bia ahobrase ne nyame anim nyam kakra ntino yes ra nkrofo so ye yadom monko so na momoaye isan se tanon of hia moa de akapa ye yakwan ba komienu bia ye hwe ni musa ban be yadom na wa ya maye menu asanso boache mechia no se last week ko constituency ho ekodi dwumadi bi wa maya no ba se ye kwan na ye tepa boma ya mfokwan ene boma na se sukese dua ya nkwanta kwan no obehwe na otu ho na modi amaye enti ministers enso boache we de bantumas enso boache ye hwe wanim se obetime tu sa na mo no de amaye kwa ma omutime ye maye de a na chese enoma ekoyie na afenso ekwan ba kopa hia ye odua nkwanta pa ye dua nkwanta bredi ekwan eno nso ye be serese mpani fo be yadom na yensa tumi akasa na ye nim sa aban responsibilities ni doso na oman bia ne kuro bia so twa aban de nanso aja de osu na niwa enti yanso ye besu ye niwa na chama jenna wo ho ide
nyame wo ho
nyame so ho abibia betima ye enti chama na de wo ho
Mate Dr. Gideon Boakon ye da se answer mema prof Akwaba ye say DCFO DCFO Daniela Mausi Sapong, Ghana National Fire Service headquarters, and it says, to a very kind and beautiful soul, DCFO Daniela Mausi Sapong of the Ghana National Fire Service. It's from your children and the entire family. They say, God bless you richly. And then also it says, to my darling Angela Safo. Angela Safo is a midwife at Ridge Hospital. Happy birthday to you, Angela. It's from Kwabena Sifa Boateng, Eno Enchiwa Boateng, and your dear husband, Sergeant Ya Boite Boateng, at the Public Affairs Directorate, National Police Headquarters. Very best wishes to you as well. Na Ochina. Oh, Precious Waha. Precious Osan Ketia. Eke Mame San of Accra. Happy birthday to you, Precious Osan Ketia. Eke Mame San of Accra. It's from Mame Sewa of Ditchem to you. And happy birthday to Ifia Love. Ifia Love, you're a hairstylist at Aflo Beauty Parlor, Kenya Se Abrosan Se. It's from Mame Sewa of Ditchem to you. Now, yes, you'll be the Kwame NPP. Who come say?
Hey, Kwame.
Kwame NPP.
Oh, yeah, solid guy.
Yes, who come say and now wada.
Oh, and now Kwame, remember happy birthday, Chairman.
Kwame NPP.
Oh, you're one of the dedicated foot soldiers of the party.
I see.
Serial callers. I mean, Kwame NPP is an embodiment of anything politics. And the humility and the respect our word demand penny for. And the Kita brains.
Nice.
To Kwame, another. What the fun is everything on us. It's your birthday with the Kumasi and Kenya. So buy a honey, a happy birthday, Kwame MPP, Michelle, and I respect you a lot.
Ni wa bachuna semin tobakuma Gideon.
Okay.
Or say tell Gideon Buaku they should intensify their communications to tell the people what they have done and are doing. People don't read in this country. People rely on what has been told them and what they see. The MPP is working, but they are not telling their story well. They should go beyond the tracker. Ni ewo bachona ene de eno ebrewo anopain. Brofundi moka, but go beyond the tracker. Wish control me the moka, but as to whether it is making an impact is not another matter. It's another matter actually. Prof.
Hey, see.
Martin.
Major Sunambum.
Yame oho. We drink kwaso.
Medase.
Last week na we do awuda.
Last week yeah. You would have fifth floor. No, we are near quantum.
Fifth floor room 1. We room.
No can only say. Na me kuchisi Gideon.
Sir.
But
chase me one jump home baby.
A good person, to be honest. Maybe not maybe you would have my busy crowded. And I say when we say you we there na my busy or not maybe your channel to be able to check your message coming at a time when you have to attend to your boss. And I say you my send a message chatting and say Miss Sunny no one my reply. But Gideon, that was really good.
Thank you, Chairman.
Come on, say you know I am paying for you know. Baby, obi go attention crime say because you are so overwhelmed with demands. But that was really good. Onya ta mame. Me hunanim de but bibia maybe I say the tia me call no it me share dey come. Gideon ye enti obetumi a good leader and a good leader so enti ne kromfo amoto no yade. That's it. Yade. It's a good thing. Enti enyamisha no. Kwame me papa bi don say adi ba so dia say jam Kokrokoo headmaster dey wonu say me Kokrokoo na kwame ka no ka say mo me time bi o about 2 minutes bi every man dey bi me Kokrokoo no say o ma mi jam Kokrokoo ga na nyina 60 years and beyond. Mo amadi 50 59 dey monka ho
but yeba that's also ba
I monka ho and the 59 ne dey mo do answer 60 years and beyond, Ghana from Pennyfuni na Chiamo. My idea, Mossoria, Moncayo, on the Monsieur, Namon Pecocubi, and Toisier. On Nantan and take a cran to the Mapo. A moment be a margin, a boko, a bimoduno. What they are saying be a hawajin pa, a hawajin, one shana, Quatentia open on Sanka, and Miss Remoa, a Monantananti. Namon cut it down. Meat near the end, and say vegetables, liquid foods need a moment and cosopa. I got to give you. Now, come next. How can I say, opening back Prophet B. Aduba? No, the day yet. Church of Pentecost minister, I retire minister, and I retire. But I retire minister, and that time I'm not active service. No, I'm not the head director for children's ministry.
Okay.
No, not the. And a baby program idiot. Just say.
Yeah, that's
the program on the boy. A boy, my phone about. And the or say I'm in Chia Mano.
Yeah, that's it.
One Apostle Jesiado, and so I must say I'm in Chia or Mano. Now come in, Neno. Eh, me for me to be a more twins.
Hey. Twin old men.
And therefore, retired ministers, Prophet James Osei Amenyampong. And na ne twin brother no Apostle John Osei Amenyampong. And ne my 67th birthday.
Amen.
And the prophet and the apostle, my fathers, when you make Winshram, no mamma quatenten.
Amen.
No one knew quite me pa. Now, God, I'm missing an idea. Now, I'm semi crummy. A young man, young man, but now you would do Ankasa. I could see a Kubrimpon, Commissareku the 8th.
I could see a Kubrimpon, Sasraku
the 8th.
That's right.
You didn't cry a bat.
A Hunabubrim.
Come as why you. Anna, Uncle, Pichiao, men no appointment. Until appointment. And the Kwame Pedi, not to say in Chia, na Edi Chia, Ghana Funi
na ye Chiano, Sampine.
I said,
KMA Mayor Sampine. Or say or no so. Emma Kwame MPP, happy birthday.
Hey, and a Kwame MPP, another.
Na Wama Kwame MPP, happy birthday, Ria. Main country Gideon Boako.
Ay, Gideon Asmato.
Say, Tescon story no. Say Gideon can on one can say Beba Studio Habeka.
Hey.
Na Tescon story be ho. Ono they can say Mafia Bad Boys.
Nana Gideon Gown.
Gideon Boako and Justin Kodia. I say Mafia Bad Boys.
Hey.
Justin Kodia and Gideon Boako.
Mafia Bad Boys.
Some
price of Babeka no an story.
Some fine.
Na Prof. We my dream weekend ya. Na me dream ho na me say na we dey Prof e won so ko ulumen fo adwuma. But memunu ni mbrante adwuma so ho. Sabio presec boy what in asem na ye enu wie ya chese ye nwie no na kaswafo yo mo se omo something ayere yi yeso do sakana na ni bibia ayera onim say mrami wo radio gold yeah, this is about 27 years ago. 97 ho baby. And I said 98. La Paz here na side in the Samba. I be a big deal. And I give you also because the Kumasi Central Market.
Yes.
Na omoya sa near Bruncroft kwa.
Exactly.
Near Rivian Crofoniama. Na edi nipa near ya. Obi timika se obi din ho aka me be ma ayira. Na amanfo agedi. Ni atoashi nipa no so ne ebono. What kind of people are we?
Come
Mentias yo. Say yetimi gidi se obi de ne saka wa. Obema be memu se be yira o se eso be hi na ye gidi. We believe this. Hey, and you can't be brave.
Come
and now, just say, Michelle percent when I'm around. Because when you're a member, some year, and I'm the prof. Gideon, so we share that free mebun line chair BIO. You know,
Chaba.
Eh?
As a Ghana standard, maybe you juvenile.
Prof, what is it?
Kwame, did kind yeah,
you so mean Travanona, police force so they crack so much in pension.
As a result of that,
for staging the kidnapping of a PSEC student in Accra.
Okay.
I know a PSEC for the school papa say Ajidin. Anyway, Prof, now yeah, maybe
Kwame, Sakis here, janitor Sibia, obey my ira. As I say, if you are answer ira, I say swat it. Can't Nickessi and a swim wine. Aye, I'm a friend. The Amokano kind of say, so what Kuru is a term, Kuru syndrome. Tell me, the man, swat it. I want to know, and I say, said in a size and a thing. Envious in free and baboon general behaviors. Kwame M said, I remember one day, me Madame for be eating, and I make eating come near Cassette. A year pass, year day, science, technology, maths, education. The account air by your schools, not yet drum it down. Say that is the way to go. This is the new industrial revolution. Digitization, abe from Fidia, who also ya dear, ye baba, ye may ya dream no one say the way we are second, we have to look at the world from a different perspective. And yet, Sabrina, Ediagro, into say the emphasis echo science, technology, maths, education. So, in fact, a testing case, share competition, science and maths quiz here. Just a catch up here.
May I share education minister? Yao or say education. Na they share the light tight.
Okay.
Nyamea Domoa next week. Ebenyanu studio ha. Na Oshe STEM schools, Juma Ministry of Education area. Because you mentioned science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, amazing work.
Oh yeah.
But as we said,
right.
Answer number two as a prof, obi the statistics we are bringing says here.
Okay.
Or say countries by average IQ.
Right.
2024. The 10 lowest IQ countries. 10 lowest IQ countries. Nepal 42.9. Liberia 45.0. Sierra Leone 45.0. Guatemala 47.7. Cape Verde 52.5. Gambia 52.6. Nicaragua 52.6. Guinea 53.4.
Okay.
Cote d'Ivoire 58.16.
Okay.
Ghana 58.16. No, dear Kahun. No wonder penis vanishing is a thing in this Kaswan environment.
Men are drink completely.
Just say
Men are drink completely. Kwame, I know quite is another discussion. Christ matter measures of intelligence. So say I can say be IQ intelligent quotient higher. This sit within the heart of psychology, and it's a very big debate.
My prof said, why can you know from and I'll just animate with you?
No, Kwame is not, and you're not correct.
Okay, but so, now what also you see check the trajectory. The act of the missing something. I surmise advisedly that it is often an indication of economic hardship.
Okay.
It happened in the late 70s, in 1997, as you mentioned, 2015 or so, and now.
Right.
Anyway, Prof.
And didn't you make us say discussion about oh low IQ and what just BBA OGD. Come here, no correct. In fact, we have studied other countries as well. Arguably, or share said the opportunity to go to school. Now, Omanya systems are working in egalitarian settings. I just always say, Omana Kasakra Atiki center stage. If you get to know what people believe, typical example is in Norway. Now, some Norwegians send millions of dollars in spiritism. People don't know this, but you may think that when it comes to spiritism, it's only in Africa and Ghana. But go and see, it's Scandinavia. Now people are spending millions a year in necromancy. Omo etuya na omone ewufo their beloved omo ekasa.
Oh, anybody say be Ghana?
But once Uncle can say we are well educated that you don't really engage in spiritual. It's not true. But
Prof, Nema Yegidio, unim say when you be a friend Kush.
Yeah.
I was Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone, okay.
As you say, Uncle Tufunu.
Yeah.
Na Ndompeno. No Mayam. No man said Rubani.
Man said Rubani.
How?
I mean, the fact is this.
How?
Come here, the fact. Fact, and they say, only part to me, bribia. Human behavior is quite a complex thing. Human beings can do, in fact, some of the dumbest, just idea. Oh, you're quite say, somebody can do it. And only it's a fundamental fact about human behavior. Only part to me, just imagine when we say, more, we are violence. Share the violence going on in, you can't say, between Israel and Hamas.
Yeah.
The violence going on between Russia and Ukraine. And the Nipa Subano, a very interesting. Now the attorney say, ye mantie ye war ne said ye see a pese idiomo ejina ye ne church Maria fa science and maths and technology education so near the one part yen I take the other side near the ye can I would love it say on Sabeka minister now watch out the interventions they are making, but one of the patterns were now they are also working on that. They say Kwame, ethical and moral education must occur in tandem with the science, math, and other education. The message is say subampa akomapa nene yopa adechere any sua adesua no as I say ye de ka the so-called science education now we can say me chere me I say akora no hu ade no hu say oh you can do this and do that and then get this result through scientific manipulation. He needs a functioning brain. Kwame, a
functioning brain,
mind,
not just a brain in the head.
Exactly. He needs a sound mind. Oh yeah, not the atenao at the age one. And philosophers and psychologists have drummed this point home big time. Say, and then as na metie BBC. When we say AI evolution is currently a threat, big threat, because maybe a aircon, a baby no Kwame, obey to me a thought robot be. Now we're programming it to do things. You can program your robot to be aggressive for you. Obey to me as my Uncle Proby, Uncle Kum. In fact, as I'm speaking now, if say some of the very sophisticated weapons Israel use, Russia use, Ukraine use in the war. They are guided by AI intelligence.
Oh, and they said that
no, but the recent complex ones are bad. And he makes the
drone is here, small.
Oh yes, and the drone made to me I isolated the exact one area. That's not area could be emotion. Kwame can be just picked. Now you're programming into AI. Oh, nipa 1,000 mu ebe you. Now, sani many na eba ni na actually say. Your nature baby ethical education say oni nipa ntem ebe yi moral education say obenya adwumoto na de bu bra no ehu hia pa at this time me he didi kan every abranti ya owo you can say presec I mean just look at the whole story say abofra ni ne namfo no ebopo say ne papa ne Gideon ana afre say maybe say me boom papa I mean the whole na me
340,000
winning
hey omo bio
make us say ma capture me na the ransom ambitua no and say to fambra just thinking about that alone and yes I present na sintini here can and we know it's in most of our schools but the as I say a train basis on tell me say we have to quickly begin to work on the ethical conduct and reasoning of our children say omusua de no money edge these are the Gen Z generation and the digitization and just say I didn't win no phones to say I come anymore by also no only so many things are but when the but of far and those our generation no come come for no they don't enjoy calls they are on social media they are on those spaces they chat and those are the social spaces I'm saying no I can't about them and they say this area of ethical behaviors say they main journey na they damage me enkoyi mame enti as say man ehun sa pa and that part must be properly handled. Sometimes in Ghana kwame say na issues on morality but is either say we overreact as if say your man the ebe chiro no be efremoni ade sometimes a lot of emotions at certain spaces
but we emphasize say isolated case and say nipa ba kope and say bibi eyomsu
but it gives you an idea of what may be happening in our schools. Say most of the time coming say emrantewa yet to be about them. One of the things we shouldn't lose sight of is that an isolated incident a free abrantewa being chained could reflect a certain generalized behavior but then ba out answer and a bit here and a eba and the now there is to something could be happening into many alcohol. Now look at the ACE workers way. In fact, when you read this genital shrinking and genital losing your genital and a big crown Southeast Asia, a very common what some of the correlations or correlates I want to say sometimes it occurs among the younger population. Now one of the questions I want to say why? Because these are young people very active, sexually active coming. This syndrome we aphrodisiac to improve their sexual performance and they come home again. Or it occurs sometimes when people are living in very poor economic conditions, and those are the correlates.
And it's not somebody if you can say it comes back to poor economic conditions.
Yes, but not all of them. That is a correlate. Don't say you can't correlate. You can say causal factors. If it's just the associated factors are a bit to me, and they have the men agree completely. And Mranti NFA essentially some of the correlate be a poor education and a low level of education. Just say Nipano enya kwai enko school endu echie and also it's associated with that.
But how say yetimi gidi say intimide me hwanka Professor Osafo or si bui me kwa kudu nsura yira.
The reason
me patches and me be what kind of human beings are we? What at the end how do you believe that?
I'm very simple scenario now. Yam fan say bi I here kwame.
Yes.
And a loud unexpected sound occurs in this room. What is likely to happen to you? To all of us here?
Yeah.
We will startle. Because every beer who focus on Birbino. All other factors are kept somewhere. You see, I can say, no, maybe I object Hokurano, you may be thinking about something bad. Because men Americans are hinting, you may be paying attention to what I'm saying. And so, Pia Sa, dear, at the back, human thinking, Kwame. Say, and if you say, they are popularizing a certain misperception or misconception, and that's a certain error. And now, what they quarrel, hey, Kwame Sabaka, Mufrano, never be say at the Tecoma. I'm okay. Okay. At the Tecoma, as you will come. The at the Tecoma, Nancy Waida, Yam France, no back as well. As you with me, I'm waiting for you. Come on, also,
yeah, and Kaipa.
What's not countries are about?
Only Motia from
Whirlwind.
They are cabro for a Cambodia from
Kwame. Only Masman Bar. Now, when I was in school, in primary school those days, now you're very common. And me, we're in school, no, you see, hey, I try that. And then what you hear is a Motia fan. Kwame, I can tell you the rest of the day. You're too one in no be highlight. Make say, we met back home, and you see, Motia, one of our colleagues in the class, you will know. And I must say, you see, I'll call washroom now, Motia, me fan. And you Johnson, I bet you, Kwame, yet to be. That's how this kind of, kind of saying, popularized, nonsensical beliefs are just generalized. And the Obikacha will say, that I make say, Kwame, are there a ma perception difficult to fight? And they say, it has seeming indications said there is some truth. Say perception, when perception appears to be rooted in some kind of fact, it may not be there, but it'll be there. He said, Kwame say, who catch you be say, yeah, or the I'd never eat that. Because of your level, Nipa will say, hey, Kwame cross a I'm telling you, you will have a huge number of people who believe say, so you need to look at who is saying that. In a free bar, a man to be the air, but you been a techi, and in a sea. Now, how many people are believing what is going on? And no pay any opinions of ABC, because it is like a contagion. So this is a belief and irrational contagion. And you are echo. Now, one a contagion and economy. For particular group of persons they are in places of authority or more influence and impact. And you know, or catch us you hey, you see, you'll be at the chair, and you're up, but I get to back be a tea. Also, you're at Namu Yakoshe, more I get to a kakra. Kwame, one name say Beme Bia. This is a common knowledge. Beme Bia until say Bema be erections, no. The size of the Kokrokoo, you know, it is not like it is when it is flaccid. And I insanity.
Yeah.
And Tibakubia, a see sometime bia, I had to come in. I can't say, now, Oma, ne brother back home, also, I Ketwana, what do you expect? Because I buy a flaccid, naturally. Also, the Binanka, I suka but I Ketwa. Again, even the fear, Kwame. The fear alone may make you feel say maybe because fear can lead to wrong perception.
Prof, if you say omu in groups, omu for omu yen dedi sana man for ba he and if you to bottom for the muhaji.
No, I don't know so.
Na Osei Kofi Akwa, former National Youth Organizer of CPP. Osei Chairman General, you've asked a fantastic question. What kind of people are we? Keep asking this question every day on your show for people to keep asking themselves, which I believe will awaken our sleeping conscience and help us do self-introspection. Prof,
of course, one mental health expert can say, if you have a mentally and well-educated population, your pressures in trying to address issues will be reduced. In other words, I just say, oh, a man for what 10 year masia, and the pressure what to the Kasachin to psychologically educate them and prepare them on certain issues. A lot of people can be caught up easily by some of these things. Kwame, do you wonder why some people use so-called religion or faith to dupe others? And who be osophobia catching say, Omefa, Omesani Hunsu, Ujaria, Usiona, Onze, and Krawati, other places in the area. Ujare anymore. So not turn it. Now could go back at me. So okay, I come inside dinner. No, I'll say if you sense you know. My menembra mesa vortic 1.5 liters every day beyond what three. Into an baby Ujaria. Soap no woman. No afa, no one. Opeba. And to a num idea for 2 years. And so that's where your question will come. What is on the mind? Because the person is very much uninformed.
Because so will be so on yes, sir.
So yes, sir. And now nipa na yes and we boot my many kwase agin sika. Now we my many skin kura. Just say we poison the body now.
Obe jare ewu.
We poison the body now. Enti sa de no is still a organ pa. Believe Kwame in diabolism. We know e kasa ade you know. Believe preponderance of the belief in diabolism. Mbesa me say sa adwene a ye nyina wo say obi nyame obeye me. Deep sense of enemyship. Obi nyame obebra me. Obi nyame obeye me say something rife in our socio-cultural universe. Very rife. And the utumika baby a ye hunahuna e kire obi na o man hunu say wo obetumi step into that space as an interventionist. Kwame, where did you?
I saw for the other.
Oh, what did you?
Oh my God.
And some people
some are so full, some are
now some of them are so full.
You in the public space.
Aye.
Oh, why no be afro say was so die. I give you unya bida.
Oh, chairman, now represent the election.
Why na obi say ne so for si wenya come she be on.
You know cuz why?
80 But what kind of people? I mean,
because Kwame, you know that when there is ignorance, confident tricksters exploit it for their good.
Aba baby na same when say so baba TV so oyenya di mi money din. Chese mra sebio obreba no. Obi ehunu sa o. Esi nansem se wenya din kakrai. Sofo bi amobi afre no. Se we hu nyoma bi fa no ho. Na omra no mo pai mano na on fortify spiritually.
There you are.
I mean, how?
Interventionist approaches. Obi person or step between you and so-called
and the devil.
Yeah.
Now, omoya ne sa so na wan fa adwan mana na so an kan yim say wo de ompanyame
asem. And so a lot of our people are coming. One way of dealing with this issue is say we need to continue. Also, Monday class they say they are grammar back. Yeah, we use it on some of these social issues. And a big problem in this part of the world. Now, the other thing that is important is Kwame say Yamranti enya a sense of meaning and direction in life. Ne say aban ebe memiya ne ho. Sorry be miya mo ho. Na Yamranti na eba no. Ehunu say I'm living for something. Maybe what am here. Kwame Yamranti bi also no okono okoye adwuma. Sanse bi everybody no be nyama sa nima ekoso. Because if you are engaged and when energies na echo and the way echo around here dey echo a convoy FM nso a and in the midst of the disorder and the chaos no man so take advantage no my dem be and you know say ye de emrantie na ye man na abrabo si ho na say let's fix our young people, let's fix them. But be wo ho a da bia mbisa sa Kwame are we confident say yebon kwakora yemma ye be omo na be? But the question bounces back to me. The question is, what am I also doing as a parent to make sure say at the time when I am inactive, na mean to me here no, me mana be sane enough. So umbe to me aheme. And it's a certain, what is the word? The word be actually. Just I say symbiotic relationship. That's the word. It's a symbiotic relationship. So if I become irresponsible, then I allow myself to say irresponsible generation are being raised. So me be irresponsible. Menya kakra umwa. Woman so be to me. I am responsible.
Prof.
Yes, Kwame.
Sometimes you be back over. Osi.
Sometimes catch.
Obi say or a man of God. Wa kachire obi say ekura bi wo mfie.
Asambe ekura.
Ekura.
Kwame that say discuss one day.
Na ekura no e wo omo family house. Prophet here. Ekura no e wo omo family house.
Ekura no ebusefie ho.
Ebusefie ho. Na ekura no di 83 years.
But ekura mommy bi say Gideon check my ekura.
Na
life one of ekura.
Until say ebekusi mmiri bia ombehwe say ekura no kunu no. Omunya asomdwe ofie oda. Ekura na ekura no mu wedi 83 years. Chese ekura mu Pro Max.
Grandpa
Alpha ekura.
Double grandpapa ekura.
Hey,
what kind of people are we?
Because 2 to 4 years.
Adwene ntoso.
Kwame,
the longest living right here 7 years old. The average lifespan here 2 to 4 years.
2 to 4 years.
And already
it is a
or a spiritual rat.
Oh yes, spiritual.
Come on, I'm with them home myself. This is so we are.
Oh, no, me
Already. Oh, Gideon.
I know me say.
Also, we are so smooth yes.
Any 80 no omudi enyan.
And to come, we have a problem, and meaning say a lot of churches are doing good. In fact, Ghana Pentecostal Council, a group of churches, last year or so, Church of Pentecostal organized all Pentecostal churches, and Omufia say I want to address some of these issues, because you see, Kwame, religious space, no, a profit-making venture for encrophobia, and then to put it raw, that's what's happening now. But this is a contest. The only here say opposite to be a share. Now Bible be a kura. Now if I come be say ya. Now John now kasa obenyo be educhi. You cannot do this in other countries like Rwanda here. As I see whom say here now, one at the tell who could school they want to know all of this. But I have no be other be also why so for. And this is not to spite the pastoral ministry at all. It is just to say said ye ebinmu etumi kwame ewura into medicine. Now okase oye can I say doctor no. In the same vein, encrophot to me wura into these spaces of the pastoral ministry onye sofo. And now we'll take advantage of encrophot desperation, encrophot strong belief in diabolism and enemyship, and encrophot problems and what we are share in their family and the biana you see akura edi 83 years and then the adenas or jata dey 1,000 years. So akura dey lifespan 1 to about 4 years no ko. Now obi say 83 years. Now 83 years akura kwame. Opeso o kire say ono that's an interventionist area make yi. Ono na ogina mu a akura na beko. And a lot of some ministers have become investigators. They have become investigators. Say, oh, space be. Na watch to be. No one catch us say, Mehuninti, baby. Say, me catch on Crawford because of where I work.
Yes.
And Crawford, she a suffer be my boom. Come ɔrebe ho ɔmo pira ɔmo papa ebi asa ebusua ebi asa aware ebi asa mofra ebi kura ka kyerɛ obi sɛ ade yɛ yɛ manko hu doctor uko hu doctor obewu ama nipa na ewu ampa kyerɛ sɛ wankɔmɔ to one wewu this is what is happening. And to be honest with you, sometimes I understand bisa say Kwame, some of the I'm saying our Ministry of Religious and
Chieftaincy Religious Affairs.
I think some of this thing they should pick it up. They should pick it up. Meaning say your religious freedom. But the extent to which and religion in the name of religion abuse others no.
But back to the issue, nature say Prof, say any man who believes and you push narrative and say, oh, I no crack. Gideon Bakude no ka chairman general Kokrokoo so na yira. Na ye gidi. Because ya twache Gideon to say ye bono. Say yes or the koye duro.
I mean two things. I mean Gideon. The first is that when the mind remains uncritical, danger is always looming ahead. So adwene deity adwene deity me nyame amfa man say enda yitim keke esesa adwene no eye adwuma na esesa adwene no eye critical meka critical esesa so ne niema so esesa edoso niema you don't lose. And in fact sometimes when you are talking this way to even Christians I don't feel say obey critical cry you are fighting against faith. And I make say we will need Kwame. We will need a section on faith and life living. It's a big thing in this part of the world. People are uncritical on issues. If you are critical, and you say when you knew, Bible class said test all spirits and hold that which is true. And the monso adeni na hwe na de ye pa no monso. And the obi ka kire o say me de me ho kan no ayira. Obi say nti what think as ayira. What did you say? Wow, think as I hear. Oh, one as you
yes, so
think as I hear. Uncritical. That's the first thing. Then the second thing is that when people easily believe, they are easily abused.
Yeah, because so, you're gullible.
Exactly. So obi the BI can be out here. John sa. Obi befa. I don't think I be Jananka. Obi enemitia. Na come in on Grana. We share brand TV. Come share me a or show me. Let me I say, hey, come here, open your hand, let me see your palm.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Let me try something. And let me be look at your palm. I can see. Now I say, hey, when Nims and I'm say, what way? What am I? They say, oh, but having some actions and be at me. May I say, I can't offend him no call. Wafi mu akọ nti omo yen we say no or the book club focus so and we need to help our population, our church members ne yenuanom to be a bit critical, and that is part of our job as psychologists, as philosophers, as pastors. Say men crofo engineer man to be intentam sa. Come, there's a text in the Bible about a group of people called the Bereans. So what here?
There.
They go and search critically to see said yeah okay no no kurana no kure but legends you knew yeah okay ya need echi and when we didn't sometimes you know politicians in me that you know e bi no nya mu nyina that but e bi no to that because okay ya need echi and Kwame asam no
Dr. Wako,
Chairman General.
Oh no, you and the only prof.
Chairman, we did a new prof model. Prof model no there. Or to me, both right actually, when I was who they will Chairman, asam na ye can do a bien the VIS but very serious matters.
Dr. Richard Asante, you were Asante. Mo MP Munipa. Sorry,
Doctor of a breakum. Yeah, Sunyani, my Hono.
Richard, why would you scribble it?
As a matter.
Or say I've literally stopped going to my office and warehouse in Kaswa. All because of the fear of losing my manhood. What's a man without manhood? Once the hood is gone, there is no man. You are completely finished. I'm sure he's saying it in jest. Anyway. Yes, Dr. Bako.
The chairman. Especially, sir, and some I can was most importantly, you know your diet anyway. 17-year-old student. Oh papa, oh mama, busia for a boy show. Ama wako secondary school. Okra de UTA. Oko the University of Secondary School, Senior High Schools. Presec. Anka wako school papa. Presbyterian tete any training and a wunya wo. Na otiminya adwen bi se menimi nuano my uncle for far plans among kase ya kidnap me na ya just can fi me papa ho na me fan 2 kwan
340,000 cedis. I just got it all.
How do you pa because I share the kind of mindset I double furniture even at this level. 17 years. Ntibusa ho se nipa bi ti se we secondary school obeko university and also obeko into aso na obabeduru chama general babi a wotie ane papa kwa no ye ne say na ne number for ne girlfriends ne ayi for na
ane omamunu
exactly until really it's problematic. Me television channel me penny shapa DSTV channel 171
then
and 170 171 is identity discovery na oshe ID channel na oshe young people in America kwani omode omo families bi o ha ne papa ne mama na se me hwe ba ko be young girl about 16 years. The papa was got to the boyfriend cabo mupa kwan bia so eliminate papa no to inherit the papa na japade. Nti enoma bebre e koso on the internet and granny exposed to mo ye noma bia odwen ho awonte ase. Recently I came across young lady bi or university was University of Energy and Natural Resources. To commodity mana me busa no school academics near the you could see na tension every school name. The Australian United also pursued to
okay.
I'm so okay. Second year school na free ni mu. Oti ho nyina adwena odwen nyina kwanya obefa so a obetima and you see when you become desperate like that, become so vulnerable. To be able to lead you astray.
Very easily.
Ubetima advice so wrongly. Kofa mama sika, kofa papa sika, ko stage a kidnapping. This and no. It's really proud for number of Juma. Say the development of the mindset of the people is so critical. Now, me blame me in the educational system because maybe more education you see you cry at the basic level and still these problems are there. Now to say that I'm kind of watching Discovery channels has taught me a lot. Remember who said nipa ni na mo abonten bebre and 77 period do na me kro be ka so mo dan kra bom.
It is the same country. It's me here. Aberwenim say before ni abunakunu.
Yeah, adwene nya dwuma.
So my no nam
there are a lot of psychopaths. There are a lot of different degrees of madness in society. Tinipa no nam ho fine gentleman, fine lady.
So adwene nya
dwuma. It doesn't work. Okay.
Mema ba kubia because me boy. Several years ago.
Yeah.
Your officer na Abraham TV by. Very well dressed. Cabro for pa. Oh, sorry, hear me. Luckily for me, now my name is boss Father Dixon. And then the office was wrong. Name is Wambra. Oba dia sama Mugabe asman say o meji scan wo me ho.
You know Mugabe
Mugabe dey now ni. Anya Mugabe Masio.
Yen you penny Mugabe.
Intimi Mugabe Masi free or anonymous.
Zimbabwe.
Thank you.
Chaba.
We carry beer.
Chama is young for.
Now, what dress? Come on.
Neat.
Very neat. And as you know, Ohun also a friend.
Thank you.
Say, or the scanner Bremina. Into one of pep purpose and in the Casaya because he was said, I didn't quit. And we are afraid to be very violent.
Yeah.
Because he was insisting so you scan. And your dad and a Kokrokoo or DPN. Another time, you're handing a call from SGSSB, Newtown branch. My media manager and officer, Miss Midden, the check about 20 or Magiska. Newtown. Another one, Panta Hospital. Where your man on free? Okay, man. Panta woman. I say, say, or have violent, I can say, Mebo. I say, aye, Oba. No, I calm her down. Why didn't you see?
Yeah.
On your giddy view.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll be so a very popular Ghanaian. Me money didn't come in the permission. And here I know up in the picture. Nobody actually say, oh, shoot you. And
That's it.
Okay, so picture also.
Yeah, I say, oh, I see and catch you so chill. Or why no, I calm her down.
That's it.
Just a levels no a bibri.
Oh, chama, me
Bibri.
kakra ma free some of the things I'm exposed to recently, no. A lot of the time, when I'm Kromoni society, I'm very calm. People don't understand. So me know share that the first instant Chirame said no, there's a question marker. Then I begin to read your mind. But when shower dressing, people, no, but they say mind nana because but we say nipa no do na
Aging.
nipa no do na until say we share me CV me try me profile bia me CV hobbies na say no me try we near me say and exploring the consciousness of human beings, frontiers of human conscience. Come say books I'm read here no because I was a problem na chawa general we are to bring no. Why? Me so experiment be share. I me cause me PhD. Now there is this lady lawyer from Kenya. Now also a PhD. This psychology for no so what tested the IQ level of some of the students. To catch oh yeah Bema now oh yeah within the circle. I know I catch so she that test your girlfriend. Now only know her no promising is what aeroplane a man share bed na say chama but say amount be 10 as at the time only you din come na ono makasa no I say 4 of them are more girlfriends no sorry some more kwakoshe aeroplane na champagne say
Oh how
so what jedi let me go and see Okosha said the boyfriend told you man and pass champagne. It's right from the word go you can see say no there's a problem there. And it really people have problems that they also don't know. Say more challenges because more problems are not for all you know no a difficult so more kasa bejatum so more. This 17-year-old child here beyond say Rebecca say bia bonus nipa bonesem na won the trim na sikani brain or kwame he has to be investigated mentally because bekom no na either say our problem be ewo fie enya nsunsanso ewo na dwene the way we see appreciate issues say na we see hu normal ne nkro ne ba eso ana say we nya genuine mental problem as a say yetime boa no sa kwan no so it could as well be so say nkrabonisem ene adwombone na woni trim to opese
Gideon you son nkwalabonisem by this level pa de
I know what
Fantini beka na no ye show
so I know what nti ye no no de ye be hwe na ya kan wasem the other one ye ade ya yira me no because Kumasi those days afa na ye kokrom kwan be se be fa central market because hono nipa na kire so
yeah
they say obi kofa central market obi den ho kan no ade ayira and I just how asemo chama ye di hu na show mu to be di by force na nipa so agedi nti those days no o ka se yemfa kurom pa o de bo homu so na honko ka obi na sa de no wontim
just say be sia bo no
exactly but ye cancer na nkofo so agedi anopa ya na me asam ya okuyeshi na edi nkomo bi na ye ka some of the issues about Gen Z ne nkroneba ne normal ye mrante ni bigidi no say now referee and say obi promise yes obi chata no dey po akoto Kumasi. People also believe GD. So say ampa o metima chata no bia pa po ad na po na akoto Kumasi. Enti sometimes odwen ho a ohun se ne sentina excuse me say nyase bia asofodie ne nyamesom na me but ano na yama ya asofo ni bi a capitalize on into create image bi ma situation bi na ye huhuhu ewo wani so ni wotrim na ono asa a position ho se me na metimi ama solution so eti say 1 2 sa line na there's no way I will bring solution. I don't think recently na metati Dr. Abel Damina preaching no kakra almost sometimes obetima call over the board but he's really criticizing some of the modus operandi of some of these pastors.
Dr.
Abel Damina, you can check him up on YouTube. I mean, he's really preaching the gospel, criticizing where he has to criticize. There are one or two, a few instances, but ultimately, who said, you're taking Crawford for a ride. Election. I tell you. Edu baby kwa na nipa ni bia twa me ho ahia hu sa sa o ya hu dodo ya kan ya o si masa etipa nyame ya Yesu se obewu ma ye na ye nya access to Yankopon ma atwa motamai emuti agise obi na beba be ka kire me se menye se na ono mumma mpa ya mame ansa na me I don't believe in that. I mean, naturally I have that disposition. Until this kind of now pray for me obi and obi and gidi and na sabio no so say asofo etimi leadi ye normal bebre edemaye but kwani abinum so afaso mo ya de no they are working on the consciousness of the people a mental capture nti obe preach ya no wa kansam na wa capture wadwene na ohun se ba bi ode waduru no journey of no return na yenuanom ma any ade na take advantage of them because ya ma omo hu say ye na what solution bia obia in this solution and people believe that and it's really a problem but me de nyina mu no we feel say psychologically mentally any more institutions ye wadwuma ye but a Christopher ne ye na yesum nyame so wo man mu yeso wadwuma ye bebre because normal be says na nyame amamu a nipa ho odin betima ya but we be a be kwakopem intimi enko especially your mofra na I was school no chama say nkra no omo ye exposed to so many things adia ni fear ni parents man access to no onya kodru school man the classmate bi overly exposed to sanoma no mo di ho nkomo no mo nti eduba bi a na ayedin and sometimes we tie nkra no conversation ni bia na wote hodi wo say nti ade we pa say nyame amamu na control bia ma how is it going to be 17-year-old boy ya yeka bia make say na danfo bia ye bi ama na fa because presidents wo ho ono ama na danfo bia okọ watima ya atwa ne papa nya ska no ama okọ ntono so free say ofasa kwan na so a obetima ye the same thing before so be school crowd and sin any so say was say metimi talker I was say me nyesika I was say I mean if you say wealth is just an event
it happens overnight.
It doesn't happen like that. Enti ni nyina mu no ye hia say ye be koso na ye nya nipa kasa kire na ya sre Nyankopon so say obey intervene in some of these things but whatever it is no me dem free say kasa ne bebre intime amwa I was say you seeking the face of God in all of this na
seeking the face of God no ehwa na so for ni bi so betim di nya enti na oyenden catch 22
I was say nyama Jesus say baby abanu anasa ba sa share na Me wa montem na one tem hono a cha hono aso da Kokrokoo Samso gina. They are all there, but I believe so well, sir. Sir, you nyame pa will be able to overcome some of these things.
Kofi Yesu na Kokrokoo Sam. O me no na e create problem mai.
Yesu de o Kofi ampa.
No, you say Kofi Yesu.
Ntina yetia.
Na Kokrokoo Sam.
Anu de men kai.
What are Kokrokoo Sam sisi?
Kofi Yesu na me kai.
But in all of it, you know, you Uchedian Ponkwame. Yeah, no more pressure. More sabi mu below us. Yeah, you Uchedian Ponkwame. Ain't any more pressure.
It's a chama your problem.
We do have a problem.
We really have a
say,
problem.
Nipe bi etimigidi say, ya de ho kan wa obema beyira. Na adani case. We the police for asimum. Say omachi nipa no presec boy in the case say nipa insian ya chom but say obema yira no akugina court na afi ya friend doctor for say half am be check here ade na tari we
chama obosi yanka Kokrokoo asem no so
Kokrokoo because politics.
Oh yes sir.
Because person dey amanyo say. There's a major social issue affecting our country. That in Kofotimi GD said Gideon Boako me ho kan wa obema be yira.
So reading Crawford messages.
Na ye de buni
pa me phone so na me catch.
And partition ye ba phone so any Kokrokoo message. Ye be ba so do it. Ma min tie na no for any efe member any other business now dey faka ho.
Yeah.
Na for iti usu GD. Them is more kawa or something by you and I then to battle.
Grandpa. I said, but dig it into this. But there, as a darkest, Professor Nyako.
Not being today, microphone, I catch you out French.
Professor Nyako. Professor Nyako.
Professor Nyako.
Yeah, rector of NSBT. Our weekend, we had the first graduating class of NSBT. Over the weekend. Na me da seda kese me de mana. Then my chairman of the governing board, Dr. Fafa Kwesi Ndum, na ne ho kanfo me sisi bon Ndum. I actually successfully graduated students over the weekend. Grandpa, yeah, but the munyame ya. Although be I read Professor Jechini book, Tradition and Modernity.
Tradition and Modernity.
Yeah. Don't be a read because analysis now in kind this book you fall short. Grandpapa. I don't know there or define it culture. Now Grandpapa say definition no. An enactment of a people having the ability to deal with problems and complexities as they arise. Grandpa, an enactment in here there, you dream or you purposefully, and you create your society around your norms, now your customs. Now the culture no, obey a vibrant or your ability to deal with problems and complexities. And it's a culture one time and dealing with problems and complexities from stagnant culture. Nature there, you can't adopt to modern trends. Or create chaos in society. Grandpa, this genital loss, as you know, or a symptom, or a symptomatic of a thinking process. You may be a young no. Yeah, too supernatural, spookism. Grandpapa, we spook ourselves in everything. Grandpapa, and yeah, our classmates, and you winning the same teacher, not sure, we share the same books. All of a sudden, Grandpapa, or yeah, national, internationally known. Or not in the corner, baby, on Tassie. There, Grandpapa do that. No, far baby. Shadow far baby. Me far baby, or better will do.
Me far baby, me find your minister.
Many the boom. How did he make it? Maybe I enter Sibia. we put it in a realm of absurdity. Now, and now you want a whole society. You preach prosperity teaching that you can go from 0 to 100 overnight. Was sorry then. And then we catch her there. With January salary, no fababe to seed, fabe ye seed. Now you mean for show. Until Uncle Fawu salary in Ramba, I'm about to see that. Nature there in the eyes of Nyankopon, you have failed. Grandpapa, this is the society who believe that obi touch your genitals, obi to my you. Peace. And tell me catch there. But
Bentina being food in the pen oil.
Oh, come and marry account. It's called Koro syndrome.
Prof, me patches and yes, swimming tea, say, member.
A man so Casama goes to your Kumane.
Ayera.
Oh, yeah.
I quahi. Nana for it to us, bro.
It's a mental condition.
It is.
It's a ready Professor Chechi, a ready Professor Chechi in the book here. You come to a crossroad of traditions, modernity, and then how are you able to overcome or assimilate new processes and procedures on my way vibrant? These are the larger questions. Yet traditional systems, have we been able to advance in the way yet to move the bishim na yet me done. Grandpa say simple. A carbohydrate and a no was sacrifice in nipa.
No.
Odu baby no say there jata of life ye the neighbor. Na enkofo were dying into your back to square one. The human sacrifice. What stop it? What the bar once na. Say koche once na at the bar. This is an evolution of culture, practices and norms. Grandpapa, you can't keep doing the same old things, expecting new results every time. Until we order yet to balance the cultural essence, with what is happening in the modern world, of today. Grandpapa, our Fabana Semia Osiwo a school. Any poor child over to my
no, I know of you.
This is from a rich child, a rich home.
Not necessarily a rich home.
How will you know that your father can have 340,000?
No, you may assume.
Well,
because
happens.
Based on the police story, when they were able to take 20,000 cities.
But Oba school no what the beans na gari the swat the ben. Oh no wait man this creative man I. We need to be careful about how in our home so yakasa and how we indoctrinate our children. Also count it's not just friends and this we are not talking about the family unit. The family unit also bears responsibility. And my from a baby grandpa from time immemorial, my from ben one per day walk abridge. Why drink there, other walk abridge. Some people go to Muku school, to me take a semester off, a year off, in the hopes there, open the walk abridge.
Na an inti, Makakache, most school for there, one kidnap him. Now, just come, Papa.
Yeah, but grandpa, what you are saying, or you're normal in other parts of the world, though. And with the advent of technology, internet, TV, cable network, now all those things, what bridge the gap, man? What is normal in the US? They're also seeing it here today, Ghana, real time. They're also seeing it, and they're also getting exposed to different ideas of people all over the world. And the knowledge transfer between what was happening elsewhere and Mao Kodo or Hanamno was not so quick. These are seconds apart, literally, in terms of the exposure. Until you no longer live in an isolated village, in an isolated country. Youth of the world are beginning to think in certain patterns and in certain ways. And to say, all those things and the pressures of being the youth. And children's self-actualization and all the stuff that they go through and peer pressure and all of those things. Like, Grandpapa, this is not something strange. When you expand it in terms of happenings of the world, it's not something strange.
It's not something strange. You say sometime in 1974, thereabouts, as schoolboys, we used to carry a piece of charcoal and pepper in our pockets when going to school, because there was this thing about missing genitals, and that because you had a piece of charcoal and pepper in your pocket, when they touch you, your genitals will remain.
You're shielded. Yes, Grandpapa.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
But Grandpapa, you
nah. Obiswa sending me a picture of taxi B. Nyame kakra eduru kakra. It sums up how we feel. Nyame kakra eduru kakra.
Grandpapa, this concept of spiritualism.
Yeah.
Go to the university campuses, lecturers. They believe it, and they act in ways that you even ask yourself, doctor, professor, this is how you take. Go to the medical sector, to doctors. They believe. Go to the legal fraternity. They believe it. What is a kawana to shield themselves from the spiritual attacks and all.
Footballs, maybe.
So we should not come and isolate it as if it is some minor problem. It is a societal, cultural, what that we must deal with it on that level.
Prof.
And I make
obviously, you're psychologist, but unfortunately, you've lost the plot.
Okay.
Or tell Professor Safo that I said he's just talking big English.
Okay.
What is happening is a mental condition known as sebi Jimmy.
No, Anika.
Mr. American Canon. Number in there, Sebi or Rebecca, intellectual BB Chemo. 80. Also, make I just say Sebi, Jimmy. Kokrokoo from Spintex, thank you. Yes.
Kokrokoo or beyond Jimmy. Now, say if a lawyer is or shakawa to protect himself, there's doctors are feeling that they are being spiritually attacked. Professors, lecturers. I'm talking about creme de la creme. Politicians. Papa, obi timi catch the day we could see an na je obafre obi ni spiritual who see me wa bonitri na je na wa ye nyama hunya some useless things. Grandpapa,
Chairman General, what kind of people are we? Papako is asking, and Papako continues. Maybe Nano for you will get his answers here. We are a group of people with a generally bad or wrong mindset. Bad mindset that has affected our attitude, behavior, beliefs, character, and thoughts. It has contributed to our low IQ. Bad or wrong mindset of both leaders and citizens, educated and uneducated, young and old, the entire African continent. We should discuss this topic very often. It is the source of the African continent's poverty. If we resolve this mindset issue, our continent will develop. We should treat it in all aspects of our lives. Papako.
Papako, the mind is linked to a people.
And one can.
It's a cultural phenomenon. That's what I'm telling him. Don't read the Tradition and Modernity, Professor Jechini Buki. Look, the thing that I'm talking about, a mind and all those things. A mind becomes the incubator of all that you believe is right and wrong, your norms, all of those things in society. And all of those things, that is why I'm saying that the definition of society or culture, you must deal with problems. So if our culture is unable to deal with problems, there's something wrong. And that is why leaders must take it upon themselves to deal with these things head on. And I made sure that in the highest level of professionalism that we have in Ghana, you are seeing big traces of those who believe in this spookism and all of those other things were trapped by it. They are trapped by it. Grandpa Menkrofo with the match was or them ko gwari nsu bi na dem nsu no na obi akogwari ebi mo ko midnight ebi mo ko 1 na me say we are for me ko su bia me ko gwari wo baby I'm not doing anything. I don't care what you say. You have to lead them to, and grandpa they believe it in so much that how better boy home by and now I just made you wait obi pedo kumeye obi pedo ye day because we follow Gideon and now obi pedo ye day because you see the thing is so much, it's endemic. And I don't want us to treat this one as an isolation.
Your point is made.
One man, as a people, no, you sit it down.
Obi say
at the way.
Just to add to Nano Furiosu, Kwame, in the corporate world, there are people who walk around wrapping red thread around their wrists, their ankles, and other places as a form of protection, walking about in people's offices. People put pepper and salt on their money, so their money doesn't get missing like cashiers. So hey, mini pan your friend is saying. I mean, Kokrokoo chains.
We need a vibrant.
Kokrokoo chains, legends.
Legends. But come here, honestly, we know talking about the fact say, so the meaning there's a cultural dimension to it, and I don't fault him on that. It's true. There's a cultural dimension to all of this.
Yeah.
Culture evolves. Culture I will say evolve. And then but the belief in some of these things and as preponderant as before. The other part I will say emphasize and say police for now there's a much wrong.
Yeah.
Now come this particular thing sometimes it reflects a mental illness. In our profession, I mean, so if you have heard about Kokrokoo syndrome now,
and now can I say, "Oh, cabro, from Nasebi, I did it."
I say it's a psychological disorder characterized by intense fear of genital retraction.
Wow.
And shrinkage, and shrinkage, often leading to panic and the belief that one's genitals are disappearing.
Finito.
And you know, and also but at this stage, you know, coming and yes, Sabi, and your mental illness are an
analysis of the situation. Europeanized analysis of the situation.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But the fact is, say, Oshe, and if you check the correlates na the banner, it be when people are living in intense stress, and anxiety. They are going through a lot of challenges. And I'm very much interested in looking at where it started. And it's easy. Look at Kaswa.
Yeah.
Look at Kaswa.
I don't know where it's going.
Exactly.
Anna airport, Anna Achimota, Anna cantonments, Anna Legon campus,
exactly.
Anna KNUST campus, campus of KVAS. I didn't see what a consumo international school area more.
Yeah, exactly.
80 mentality, you know.
Yeah, on a deal.
Cocoa farm, Obabano, man out there.
Video is interesting. Exactly. I'm wrong. And you know, you want to find out why is this happening in Kaswa?
Charles Nita Ekotego provides an insight.
Okay.
Chairman General, yes, good morning to you and your panelists. We live in a country where the police arrested a fetish priestess, sent her to court for defrauding innocent Ghanaians. All of a sudden, this same fetish priestess claims to be born again, has become a Christian, and parades as a pastor. The rest is history. We have a problem as a people. Charles Nita Ekotego from Tantra Hill. That is an interesting observation.
There's no problem, sir. Obi make it 360 turn around. Now, what's 10 years away from the sins, supposedly. Now, I mean, the Apostle Paul example is there for us all.
I just read a text message.
Their point, but Bible say by their fruits ye shall know them.
I like that.
But by the time a fruit no be so maybe
I poison the baby.
That's the point.
As a Christian and believing in God, I don't have a problem, and I think it is possible. But so quite sorry no. Now she teachings are ekoso. Any demonstrations, then they are ekoso. Now uti some of the preachings, you know, the ekoso were church and still. I sorry na yema. I am Makra Manabuso. Ojo ho abusa say into the planet to na say
legends.
Legends.
Anna Mestre Gideon won't say sometimes it's important to have governmental intervention because
not your mechanical say freedom of religion and expression. Freedom of association.
2013. Do you remember the Messiah of Mentukwa? Anas,
yeah.
This is a woman who claims that Nyamia friend, and also some of her, they call some forest in Bronga Hafo, and Crano Yabonia, Eddie Mama, as a phone be no money mother. We need access to gadgets and all of that. And what the woman was doing, it took Madame Oyelita, because she really understood what was happening. To say, no, this is no longer helping people. No, organizing your
abiding in nice form.
That's it, because there are vulnerable members
of society.
And we can say, so can I hear Obi Owa? Now you know, any so sophisticated.
I dream mundo.
Sir, Obi to me at take me be say. And yes, I come. Bet me I can say, oh, now say we be kron dia. Show had the home by. One
yeah.
Near Jack.
Now, on a light note, Easter egg train we are. Men confirm me and me who I say. Nyom confirm nyom descend ya this 3 years. Say akwebi wo Kenya. Me want to say who ya say so on them you say Jesus Christ. And a community ni say if you fear so everybody send you. And a report to police. Yes, yeah.
I say yes to be also.
That yes to be also. You have a boss send you. I say. Yes, Easter, but you come send you. But here's one that is true. I know Anyaza, Mr. say, oh yeah, Ope Juma, private security company, be say, Omoshem Rantier from age 20 to 45. Private security company. Say Omoshem Rantier from age 20 to 45 for immediate training and deployment. You should be able to read and express yourself in basic English language. And if you are interested, you are between age 20 and 45, you're a young man, or maybe a young woman. Our near ding, so at least basic English. Hello, good morning, how are you, say also hunka. Please call 0244 073-506. That is 0244 073-506 or 0246 245471 0246 245471. We enye ibia obibia nyira right.
My true number 0244 073506. The chief security man. 0244 073506.
Matro. You never know. Gideon today. One Kokrokoo assembly na I'm so obeyari. Gideon ode Kokrokoo assembly mpo. I come in 2 minutes.
Here me pa because
me 2 minutes in acho.
We can see your namu some microphone here can Kokrokoo for your constituency no mu share say emphasize the PC ama era na nadu danko akufo ado na na ban sano kreni omu se aban bia ba obono homoden se na be ya Kokrokoo for omu bedi ye na yedie ne mu nyina akowie se ne krakra ne se yakokare Kokrokoo na ade na yenya ade akofi da president Akufo ado bae na Kokrokoo bag baako by 470 something cities 4.7 million say nyame adom ya pejamo eko 20 million eni achiri
and by just keep in here 20 million
2,000 Ghana cedis. And actually, there is a Kwame no Kwasimuni. So Kokrokoo Bopa Pija Kesiasa, Ebin Sita. Now, Shem Pempenswa, a Faswa Pijanoswa, a Quenimu Yipa, Mr. Irako a free sono. Now, and 102 cedis, once 1 million. And I buy and also a Pija Muko, Kusi Bess 475. To Sika Bess 3 million and a Babetoso. Se CID a Pija Kusi 2,000 as 20 million. Omampani Akufo-Addo aban at the 15 million and aka Kokrokoo Sikano sene na esiton no kreni aboa ama ye nananom ye ofa nom a ye Kokrokoo afidi e kaso mate den na omate den ana Charles Jamfi amrebi atwam no ye national best farmer Kokrokoo e wodua ankwanta one ne Kokrokoo akuafo nyina se yemfa aseda omampani ene naban se omakai Kokrokoo akuafo bre na omatima ye hihia ma Kokrokoo bu akosoro sa kwame obebusa se na yato Kokrokoo mu ode kwa adwa so kwakoto ade de akofi atesen menua bi George Kwaten Adenta kwame wonim no pa
meaning George Kwaten Adenta
ye bibi de ato no Facebook page wase Kokrokoo Pocket Economics Part 1 na Part 1 no se ne wase ya ade na efe pa yi wase in April 2016 na yeto fuel gallon 18 Ghana cedis. Sabre no na Kokrokoo ebo 354 3.5 million. And the Kokrokoo yani carry the Kokrokoo 2016 April na no timi to petrol 19 Kokrokoo gallon of fuel per Kokrokoo bag na eto 19 just say o carry Kokrokoo bag back bi a oto fuel gallon mako edunkuno. Yeba April 2024 gallon of fuel bo kosoro akodru 66 Ghana cedis. Kokrokoo bo apeja akosi 20 million echire. Nti anayi so oton Kokrokoo bag baako a obetim de ato fuel gallon no mako aduasa baako. Oba cement eze Kokrokoo akuafo ya na epesi esidan. Nti cement de no kra ne hia me yi. April 2016 na Kokrokoo bag ba
na make us oba be kan se mi aso so me time aso
achama ma wie
enti mi wie akọ
mi wie cement ya na ma wie
give you try analysis
na price of cement sa abra no ya 30 Ghana cedis na okari Kokrokoo bag ba na to 16 bags of cement
and to saying
and cement bo kosoro akodu 95 Ghana cedis but esan se president Akufo-Addo abaya peja Kokrokoo bo makosoro no okari Kokrokoo bag ba ko a and a cement bag mako adunum yenu 22 bags. Naturally say Kokrokoo economics no both in pockets and in the market. Naturally say senia aban ese apeja Kokrokoo bon mu se cement bo kosoro de na so etimi tododo e chen mrebia na atwam ti kwame ye ka akuafo nyina ho me so me ma me yekuani me ankasa so Kokrokoo hweso no mate kakra bra na bisa no.
Enti that is the analysis from Kokrokoo ba Gideon Boako.
Se waboa no wakai Kokrokoo akuafo na nenso amayate den nyame ye adom na we 5 bags say pe kwa me watwa mu 100 million just say we champion pa o kromo
Kokrokoo ba Gideon Boako
ye da president Akufo-Addo asese wa yes ade
ye da se no pay
na Kokrokoo akuafo me so me dance kwa
prof ni nana for me da man se no pay na enkomo ye the mindset the question remains, what kind of people are we? Say ubetimi agye di say when me ho kawa or something be disappear. We brutal. 2 minutes past 11. Kofi Kombilson is next. May your day be blessed. Mr. Kofi Opokwasi Afiamang, belated wishes on your 85th birthday. Mr. Kofi Opokwasi Afiamang from Ato and Mabena to you. And Mr. Ebenezer Togbo Shandoff is 70 years old today. Happy 70th birthday. Blessings to your way, Mr. Ebenezer Togbo Shandoff, formerly of Valco. It's from your dear daughter Eileen Apia Pepra. I gotta go, man. God bless. Come on.